Yeah, I'm sorry. Our next guest is ready to go. I wanted to make sure his microphone was working properly because through no fault of his, he had some issues with that last night. It's Kyle Draper. What's up, Drapes?
What's going on, man? I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you guys?
We're good. We're good. That had to be fun last night. What's going on? 3 in a row. You have any idea what's going on?
Oh, you just going to gloss over the technical difficulties, huh, Big
Well, I
Fella?
didn't know if you wanted to go there. I mentioned it and you didn't address that, so I thought, okay, we don't want to go there. Whatever you want.
It was brutal, man. No, you know me. I'm an open book, Big Fella.
Yeah.
You know, it was frustrating to say the least. To start, first of all, it's a big game. Our boy Mike Brown's back in town. We know all eyes will be on us and on that game, and to come out the gate like that, it was frustrating. We settled down in the second quarter, and got ourselves together. But yeah, man, it's people started blowing up my phone. We can hear everything you guys are saying and everything. And I'm just like, dude, and the crazy part about it, what you guys saw, and I don't know if you saw it on TV, Whitey and Allen, what you guys saw on TV, that's how it is behind the scenes, though. Like a lot of times, all hell is breaking loose, but it never makes air. You know what I mean? You don't get to see it or hear about it on air, but there's fires being put out all the time in games. We just usually keep that behind scenes. This time it was sort of like learning how to bacon is made and how the fat is cooked and all that, So, yeah, but other than that, it was great.
Well, it was educational. And, we watch TV and sometimes you can tell somebody's mic goes out or something and the announcers have to figure out what to do about that, but it's unusual that we get to hear your communications with the truck or whoever you're talking to. I've never heard that before, Drapes.
What happens is there's a two buttons on our little headsets that sit in front of us. There's a cough button and a talkback button. When you got a cough or don't want somebody to hear anything, you hit the cough. When you want to talk to the producer and the director, you hit talkback. So I hit talkback, and sure enough, it went out over everybody. And the crazy thing, we did mic checks before the game. So what happened in a 15-minute span? But all right, enough about that.
Sound elementary over there, if you're asking me.
Dude, man.
Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Broadcast, bro. God darn.
Yeah. You need a new string to connect the Dixie cups, I guess.
Let me start off by saying this. I've been on with 3 minutes with you guys. Allen Stiles ain't said a damn thing. Cat got your tongue, Big Fella. Where you at, man? What's going on?
Look, I'm still, getting in the fold. You guys are talking back and forth. I'm not going to hop on in here. Hopping
it's
up.
like when Jordan walk in the room, everybody quiets down.
No,
I get it, Allen. Intimidated a little bit.
I'm not sure about that. Well, we talk about how the bacon is made. I can't really see you. You know what I mean? So I'm just listening, waiting to hop in like double Dutch. Because you know how it is, Drapes, in here. So I'm not trying to hop in and cut anybody off. But look, the only thing I was thinking, Drapes, because I did watch the post game. This might have been a week or so ago. And you were talking to Deuce and Mo about when you hoop. And when you hoop, you're pumping up the crowd. So whenever I watch Dylan Cardwell pumping up the crowd, I don't think of Michael Jordan. I think of you, Kyle Draper, because you said you pump up the crowd just like that at the Y, at the in shape, wherever you're playing. So I know you're a fan of what Dylan Cardwell's doing.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And if you guys watch it, last night specifically, I thought not only did he play to the crowd, I thought he had some smoke for Karl Anthony Towns out there. Mm-hmm. Like he was mean mugging him, looking at him eye to eye. What you going to do, big fella? And Karl Anthony Towns, there's a reason why his initials are KAT. He was a little pussycat out there yesterday compared to our boy Dylan Cardwell. And so I was impressed by him. The antics and everything like that, that's one thing. But you got to be able to back it up out there on the court, fellas. And he is doing that so far, man. You talk about the bright spots of the season. It's the two rookie big men that have been huge for the Kings this season.
Yeah, and Drapes, we don't know where the roster is going, who's going to be on the roster, what it's going to look like tomorrow for that matter. But with this current roster, you have so many guys that are scorers. He's perfect
as a center on that team because he'll catch lobs and he'll score on putbacks. He doesn't need the ball, so he's a great fit with some of the players they currently have on the roster.
Well, you guys know, you guys are athletes. You played sports. Everybody can't be a home run hitter. You need somebody that can steal bases, that can, an Ichiro, if you will, leading off, set the table for others and everything like that. And in basketball, you need guys to be able to play their role. And his role, he does things that nobody else on this team can do. I mean, he was blocking shots last night. He's blocking OG Anunoby. He's blocking Karl Anthony Towns. And we're talking about an undrafted big man. I told this story a couple of weeks ago on the broadcast, and I was talking to one of the assistant coaches about Dylan Cardwell. And they said, Kyle, Dylan Cardwell has never scored 20 or more points in his career. Not in college, not in high school, never. And I was like, no way. So I went back to Dylan and I'm like, dude, is that true? He said maybe once as a freshman, but he's earned his way. There's a scholarship at Auburn, earned his way into the NBA by doing all those dirty things, the little things. And, he's doing it for the Kings right now.
Kyle, I was curious. I saw somebody respond to me yesterday, and they said, even with all the stuff that this team is going through, it does seem like they like each other. And I thought they hit the nail on the head because it has been a weird season. I'm sure you've seen teams before where, they're kind of waiting to be traded and things like that. But has the weirdness of this season, does it feel like it's brought these guys closer together? No clue how long they were going to stay together. Now we are halfway through January and they're still together. Has the oddness of this season, you thought, probably brought these guys a little closer together?
I think so. When you look at it, I'll say this. When you're losing, ain't nobody happy. Ain't nobody trying to be buddy, Ubuntu, kumbaya, or anything like that. But to be able to weather that storm that they did, whether it's the reports that everybody's open, available for trade except Keegan Murray and Nick Clifford. I mean, these guys read that. They hear these things. And it did go sideways for a while. You lose about 30 points a game. You lose about 25 points a game. With that being said, here we are on January 15th on a 3-game win streak, and it seems like, I don't want to say they've turned the corner and this is who they are now, but it seems like they've weathered the storm, if you will. Not a whole lot of infighting. Obviously guys are going to be on edge when you're struggling a little bit, so I'm not going to say it's been all, holding hands and sitting by the campfire or anything like that. But I do think weathering this storm has sort of hardened them a little bit. And one thing I asked Doug Christie in the pregame yesterday is, does he see this team playing with more of an edge, a bravado? And that's what I'm seeing over these last 3 games. They're blocking shots and talking trash. They're, pushing guys and this is what Doug wants to see. It looks like they give a damn now. And to do it at home, man, I was thinking, fellas, this Sacramento Kings fan base, man, I hope the organization, the players, the coaches, the media members, myself included, recognize how fortunate we are to have a fan base like the Kings, because yesterday was a movie, man. It was fantastic. And I've been around the league. I've been to Charlotte when they're down. I've been to Washington. I've been to New Orleans when their team is struggling and it's 7,000 people in the arena. These fans continually show out and support. And one thing I've noticed these last 3 games, the Kings have a huge part of the psyche of our community. When the Kings are playing halfway decent, the sun starts to come, it's just a better vibe around the city, man. And I hope nobody takes that for granted.
Kyle Draper, of course, joining us. One of the things that stands out to me, Drapes, is there's just more of a sense of order, and I agree with everything you said about the intensity they're playing with. But we talked about this a little bit ago. Offensively now against Houston, you had all 5 starters in double figures. Against the Lakers, you had 4 starters in double figures, plus Achua had 9. And then again last night, all 5 starters in double figures. It's a more democratic offense, which is tougher to guard. And also, clearly, DeMar is the tip of the spear right now, and he's playing great.
He's playing great, man. The thing about DeMar, and Mike Brown said it. He's a bucket. He can get his. But what we're seeing from DeMar now is what great players do. They give the game what it needs. How many times have we seen DeMar over the last 3 days, guys, have the ball and invite the double team to come to him? He's like, yeah, come on, collapse on me. And he makes the correct pass. It's not him trying to go 1-on-3. And I think he's been fantastic. You know, you look at his shooting splits, they've been off the charts this season too. Like, even though the scoring is down, he's actually extremely efficient once again. And so I know people are talking about trades and, you know, we're trying to build a championship contender, but I think DeMar's been, you know, a true professional. And I think the young guys are learning from him too, man. Like, think about it like this. You're talking about a future Hall of Famer, whether it's him, Russ. These guys could be like, get me out of here right now. They could pull a Kuminga and go public. They could pull a Kuminga and refuse to play in a game or something like that. These guys still show up to work every single day. They play hard, and, you know, the losing is tough, man. But these guys, I think they're being leaders out there.
Yeah. Are you going to be watching the 49ers? You having a party at your house for the 49er game, or how are you going to be watching the 49ers and the Seahawks?
I don't even know when them jokers play, man. Let me say this. Let me say this about it. And I hear Fred Warner is now cleared. They try to bring him back.
Yeah.
The Niners, man. Would you rather get to the Super Bowl and lose, which could happen to the Niners, or just bow out right now? I don't know why Niners fans are setting themselves up for this disappointment, Whitey. Like, it ain't going to end this season, Niners fans. Enjoy it right now, but it's going eventually you're going to be sent home going packing. So, you know,
you guys got?
Yeah, who do the Eagles have this week?
We preparing for the draft. Free agency coming up.
Shouts out Big Dom.
Big Dom already in Cancun. You know that. Oh, man. Hey, real quick before I get out of here, I got things to do. How's the first week going for you guys?
What do you think, Alan?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. We had you on to kick things off on, what was that, Monday? And we get you on today. I think
He's
been a lot
on.
of fun.
Drapes is on more often than he was when he worked here.
Yeah. No, it's been great.
All right. I was worried about you guys, man, because Jay texted me, yo, you coming on? I was like, oh, snap. The numbers must not be good.
Oh, stop
ratings
that.
might be down. So they're like,
Stop that
let's
right
call Drapes.
now.
Love you guys, man. You're my guys.
Appreciate it, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you guys soon,
Yeah,
man.
take it easy. Kyle Draper. Yeah, did you were you watching when they had the audio issues last night?
I caught the very end of it.
Everybody handled it as well as they could, but it was just crazy that we were hearing what we were hearing.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, it's funny because obviously when Drapes he's saying some of the stuff that we deal with we have a talk back button in here, we have a cough button in here. And I'll tell you what, Whitey, I won't say who, but if the talk back button, and it always has scared me, but if the talk back button went over the air, we might be doing another reshuffle when it comes to the shows. So now I'm just deathly afraid of using that thing. Even more so now.
That's why that's young and inexperienced over there, Z. That's what I told Draper. I said, man, you guys got that Fisher Price stuff going on over there.
Yeah, man. If you can't trust the talkback button, you can't trust anything.
More on the rampaging Kings when we come back to Sactown Sports.